Hey there, folks. Before we start the episode of Movie Stop from today, I had some footage from last Sunday that I took from Walmart showing off some of the exclusive covers for the Iconic Moments collection for the different Warner Brothers, Universal, Paramount, and Lionsgate titles, as well as some of the new Sony exclusive covers they have. They put out some new slip covers with some of the same styles that they had for the ones that I bought earlier in the year for like Ghostbusters, Jumanji, Men in Black, a lot of those franchises. They had some new sets in there, and I took some footage on Sunday, and I forgot to tell you about it in this episode. So before you see the episode that started from today, I'm going to take you back to Sunday. So here you go. Enjoy the episode.
Out of that stuff. I'll make it run. Hey, everybody comfy? No. Oh.
There's the next big one. Got all these new posters here, and then just randomly out of nowhere, Pearl Harbor poster. Out, gentle minions. So yeah, that was cool seeing those guys out in person. I've seen the videos of everybody wearing the tuxedos and all that to the Minions: The Rise of Gru. I could have gotten a better picture, but I didn't want to distract them from walking out or anything, so that's the best I could get. But so yeah, I came out of Thor: Love and Thunder, and I thought it was pretty good. It's not as good as Ragnarok, but I mean, it's still better than Thor: The Dark World. I mean, it is a funny movie. There are some moments where there are a lot of good emotional moments. There are some good action sequences. It's okay. It's good. It's not great, but I had a good time with it. I mean, I liked Natalie Portman's character in this. I liked that she had a bigger role in this than she did in the first two movies, and I thought they did a good job of expanding her character in this movie than they did with Gwyneth Paltrow's character in Iron Man 3, which kind of did the same thing here with a couple of exceptions, but yeah, I thought it worked. The action sequences were a ton of fun to watch, and it's a good movie. It's a really good movie. It's not Ragnarok great, but it's still a pretty good movie. I will say though that I am starting to realize that I don't think that the MCU really has a full idea of what they're trying to do with these new characters they're bringing in. Like, of course, with the Eternals, they brought in I can't remember the character now. I'm on the move now. But Star Fox was the character I was thinking of in Eternals. And then in Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, they introduced the character of Clea, played by Charlize Theron. They introduced another character at the end of Thor: Love and Thunder, which, if you've read about Greek mythology, you know who the son of Zeus is. That's all I'll say. But yeah, it's interesting what they're doing, but I'm curious of where it's going to lead up to in the end. Are these characters going to be a part of a future series or a movie? I don't know if they're really planning that far ahead, honestly. I'd like what they did with the first 3 phases, but still holding up hope. But yeah, I enjoyed the movie very well. And yeah, that's all I got to say on that front. Something else that I also thought was kind of interesting was, you saw at the beginning of the video, I showed off the Black Panther Wakanda Forever poster that they had up in the theater, and it was just the title, and then in theaters November 11th. It's July 9th, the day I'm recording this. We haven't gotten the trailer yet. We haven't gotten any posters or anything that indicate that there's something coming in the next couple of weeks in terms of a trailer or something like that. So I'm kind of curious about what's going on that front. Is that movie going to get postponed? Are we going to see something where... are we going to hear something at Comic-Con? I assume we are, because Marvel Studios is going to be at San Diego this year, so maybe we'll see the trailer there or something like that. But I thought it was very weird. The poster was just the title and then the date, and usually you don't see that in theaters. Usually you see that as like the placeholder for a poster or something like that. But still weird to see that, though. I am kind of curious about what's going on that front. But we're only 5 months away from that movie coming out, so I'm wondering what's going on that front. But still looking forward to see it, though. I can't wait to go back to Wakanda. I can't wait to see what they do with after the death of Chadwick Boseman. I'm kind of curious to see what they'll do on that front. But yeah, that was very interesting to see that poster was there. And yeah, so like I said before, I did like Thor: Love and Thunder a lot. I don't think it's as good as Ragnarok, but I think it's better than Thor and Thor: The Dark World. I mean, to me, Thor: The Dark World is still the worst Thor movie and maybe the worst MCU film, honestly. But yeah, with that said, to show you that our next destination is going to be the bestest of buys. This is brand new Terminator 2, the Arcade 1-Up game. Check that out. Still got the Ninja Turtles and they still got the Simpsons one. And that one has both the Disney and the 20th television logo. I don't think this one had it the last time I was here. I still want to get this one day, but just the space, man. Just the space I need. Well, that was a bit of a wasted trip to Best Buy. Didn't have anything I wanted in there. The biggest new release that came out this week was Everything Everywhere All at Once, but I've actually already got a couple of copies at home, and I'll show you that at the end of the video. But, yeah, for the most part, there was really nothing in there that I wanted. But I'll tell you this much, if you're looking for Morbius and Matrix Resurrection Steelbooks, they got a ton of them in there, so come and get them if you want them, because I'm certainly not going to take any of them. Even though they saw the 4K, and that's a nice looking lenticular, but I'm not jumping on that bandwagon, man. But, they did have a couple of Steelbooks there that I already own, but West Side Story they had in there. They had The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. I already have that one. So yeah, they didn't really have all that much there. So, and honestly, I really wasn't expecting to find anything in there, so because our next destination is going to be Barnes & Noble, and the 50% off Criterion Collection sale is back. So yeah, the 50% off Criterion Collection sale is back at Barnes & Noble. I think the Arrow videos are still on sale for 50% off as well. I'm not entirely sure, but we'll take a look. I'm definitely going to get some Criterions, because there's been some ones since the last sale happened that I really want to get my hands on, and I assume they're still going to have them, but we're going to check and see. Always got to walk by and say hello to my pal George. How you doing today, George? I'm telling you, this guy hardly ever says a word, but he has such a charming personality to him. Heading into my next destination, and that is Barnes & Noble. The 50% off Criterion Collection sale is just around that corner there. Surely I'm going to find some stuff, so let's go ahead and see what they got. this out. I would love to get one of these. What do they want for it? Like, no. $200. A little pricey, but it's worth it. I'd love to get my hands on one of these. And yes, the Euro Video titles are still on sale. So I definitely could have come here and get this. Alright, so I went through the Criterions over there, and I think I'm going to get a couple of these ones. Sleeper Tango, which I talked about on a Time About the Movies episode a while back. So that one, One Night in Miami, Mississippi Masala, and The Last Emperor. These ones I'm not too sure if I actually have. I think I do. Menace to Society and the Grand Budapest Hotel. I could have sworn I have Menace to Society. Grand Budapest Hotel, not so much. So I think I'll hold off on these ones until I come back here next week. But I think I am going to get these four for right now. They had some other ones over there, but I'm going to check to make sure that I don't already have them already. I'm pretty sure I don't have these ones. So these are the ones I'm definitely going to pick up. Disney won't put the soundtrack for the Bob's Burgers movie out on CD or vinyl. At least not yet, but they'll be more than happy to put this out quickly. Like, what the heck? So overall, I didn't do too bad today at the Barnes & Noble Criterion sale. There's a couple other titles in there, like I said, I'm going to try to get. I think Raging Bull comes out next week or the week after that, so I'll definitely be back to grab that because that should be part of the 50% off sale. So yeah, I'll definitely be back over there. Let's go to Half Price Books next. And my next destination for the day, Half Price Books. They've actually got some pretty decent VHSs over here. Some Penguins ones from the 80s, 90s. And you got Return of the Jedi. I think this is the original release. 1986. That could be worth something. My Fair Lady. Crazy People. Dream Team. Last Boy Scout. Sudden Impact. Some brand new factory sealed stuff like Close Encounters. Lost World with the motion card. That might be something. Bicentennial Man, Shirley Valentine, the original Lethal Weapon. Arthur. Starman, still factory sealed. Cape Fear. Lethal Weapon 2. Man with Two Brains. Fourth Protocol. Gandhi, still factory sealed. The Firm. Cry Freedom. Malcolm X. Gettysburg, Blues Brothers, The Client, Braveheart, Field of Dreams, Schindler's List. Benny Hill. Patton, still factory sealed. Decent stuff here. I think I am going to get Return of the Jedi and also Lost World. I also found this. Whoops, just slips out of my hand. For your consideration, Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy for $2. Could probably get something for that. So as I'm looking here, I see Clerks right here, and I bring this up because the trailer for Clerks 3 came out this week. And looks pretty good. I'm really looking forward to checking it out. I like the second one a lot. I really like the first one. And I did get a ticket for the Fathom event screening. I think that's going to be September 13th and 15th, so I'm definitely going to go check that out. And hopefully I'll have a review for that after I see the movie, but yeah, Clerks 3 looks pretty good. Of course, the original one is the classic one. Dirty Rotten Scoundrels and Kingpin. Let's see what else they got here. Remember when Paramount and Warner Brothers used to have these double feature sets? WB and Universal's got the 2005 King Kong by Peter Jackson. Well, WB still has the original King Kong. I'm not saying, but I'm just saying. Dracula and Frankenstein, that's a good one. $8, that's not bad. There's the 1980s for your Rodney Dangerfield Rappin' Rodney. In all honesty, if you ever can find it, look for Rodney Dangerfield's version of Strangers in the Night. It's actually pretty good. He did a cover of the Frank Sinatra song for the can't remember what it was. I think it was for like a Rodney Dangerfield DVD set, but it's actually not that bad. A Rodney Dangerfield Strangers in the Night version. I'm actually tempted to get this, honestly. I just remember this. This has a Criterion coming up pretty soon, too. Devil in a Blue Dress with Denzel Washington and Jennifer Beals. Really great movie. I'm looking forward to picking that up in the Criterion sale. Yeah, Jennifer Beals, man. Finding a lot of really cool retro VHSs. This is the 86 Superman the movie release. 1986. And I think over here was Raiders of the Lost Ark. Right there. Also from 86. A lot of interesting tapes over here. You can still get a set of blank tapes here for $10. Annie's back there. Check that out. That's gotta be a rare thing to find. I don't think this is even on DVD, I don't think. Yep, I'm getting that. That's $1. Let's see what else they got here. Lawrence of Arabia. Schindler's List still wrapped up. See Wizard of Oz there. I'm gonna have to dig through some of these. Here's a pop quiz for you. How many of you out there know that there's a sequel to Gone with the Wind that actually came out less than 30 years ago and it had Tim Dalton in it? I was about to say Tim Daly. Well, here it is. Scarlet. $7.99 though. This is sadder than Tuesdays with Maury.
See the world through this glasses. I'm up. I've been laying down, couch right now with someone new.
So we are finally back home now after what was a very long day. I went to see Thor Love and Thunder early in the morning, spent some time at the mall a little bit, went to Barnes & Noble, went to Half Price Books, went to Burlington and got some stuff, and then we all went out to dinner, and now it's about 10:30 in the evening. So I've been up for a while now, but got some exercise, so that's what was all that matters. I got to be outside. It was a nice day today. A little bit humid, but I survived, but let me go ahead and show you what I picked up here. I put the videotapes away. I got the Woody Woodpecker videotape I showed you. I also got the Return of the Jedi tape. I also got the Lost World Jurassic Park. Those three are now on eBay. I'm keeping the Happy Birthday Bugs videotape. And I didn't get the Rappin' Rodney record. I put that one back because of the stuff that I found here. So I'll show you the stuff here that I've got right here, because I've already, like I said, I already put the tapes away. First up, we have the Target exclusive Star Wars The Force Awakens set. It was only $3, even though the tag was barely there. I could tell it was a $3 set here, and it was originally going for like $12.48, and so figure for $3, get this version. Why not? You can see it's a very, very compressed set here, but it's a cool looking set too. You've got all the characters from The Force Awakens, Leia, Han Solo, Rey, and Finn. And of course, you got Kylo Ren right there in the middle. So like I said, $3 for this. It's not a bad deal for that, so I picked that up. And then I picked these two up because, for one, I didn't have the original of this, but they had both the sequel and the movie and the sequel, so I picked them up as well for $6 a piece. I picked up Chinatown, the original release of Chinatown on DVD, and I picked this up because not only do you have the DVD in here, but you also get this little relic here, the Paramount Pictures original DVD brochure showing off all the titles that they had on DVD or about to come out on DVD when the format was new. It's a nice little nostalgic trip back. And then you got a thing back here. You buy 5 DVDs, you get one free. So that one is Chinatown. And then the other one here is, and I've never seen a physical copy of this in stores on DVD, The Two Jakes. Even though I did recently talk some smack about this movie, I got it because it was a nice looking set, and of course to complete the collection with Chinatown. Of course, The Two Jakes is the sequel to Chinatown. And for $6, I figured why not pick this up. This also has the brochure inside of it as well, as you can see right there. So I figured why not pick those up. So those are most of the pickups from Half Price Books. Let me go ahead and show you the stuff from Barnes & Noble. You pretty much saw it already earlier today, but I'll show them off here once again. And those are, we have One Night in Miami, which is the Regina King directed film on Blu-ray. Came out last Christmas. I think they had a Barnes & Noble sale, I don't think in December, but they had one in March, and I didn't get a chance to go to that one, so I was lucky to snag this one now when I had the chance to get it. This one recently came out, Mississippi Masala with Denzel Washington, directed by Mira Nair. Very underrated film from Denzel Washington, really good movie. Definitely check it out if you got a chance to see it. Talked about this one in the Time About the Movies episode, To Sleep with Anger with Danny Glover. And Danny Glover's performance in the trailer for this really made me want to see it, so I'm really excited to check this one out. And then last but not least, we have The Last Emperor, Bernardo Bertolucci's Oscar-winning film for Best Picture. I've talked about this movie in the past before. I got the DVD at a thrift shop down the street, and I finally have the Blu-ray version of this. All 4 of these were $20 after my discount and the 50% off Criterion Collection discount. So, yeah, 4 good titles right there, and there's going to be more coming, because Raging Bull is coming up in a couple weeks, as well as Devil in a Blue Dress, and I've also got to check to see if I have Menace to Society or Grand Budapest Hotel, because I'll definitely pick those up as well. So, and I was about to end it, but I forgot to show you the other pickups I have for the week. Those being Everything Everywhere All at Once. I have the Blu-ray here. I picked this up of Amazon because it was only $15 on there. So there is the Blu-ray. So there's the regular Blu-ray for that. So there's that one. And then I got the Walmart exclusive. I've got the Walmart exclusive right here with all the googly eyes. I just had to have it. It was a nice looking set. And, yeah. One of my top 3 favorite movies of the year. Everything Everywhere All at Once. And I got 2 copies of it here. So that's all the pickups for this week. Now let's talk about Love and Thunder. So as you saw, I saw Thor Love and Thunder today. And like I said before, I really like the movie. I know a lot of people have been bad-mouthing it. I know it's been getting a lot of mixed reviews on Rotten Tomatoes. It's right there with Thor the Dark World, which, I'm sorry, to me, that's still the worst Thor movie. Still the worst MCU movie. I know I get those confused with, because it goes back and forth, because like Thor the Dark World really is the worst movie. The original Thor is the second worst MCU movie to me, but it's a movie I still enjoy. Thor the Dark World is one where it's just like, it means nothing to me. That's still one of the worst movies in the MCU, maybe the worst. Definitely the worst, now that I think about it. But, yeah, I think this is a good movie. It doesn't meet the same levels as Ragnarok, but Ragnarok was such a great turnaround for the series, for the Thor series, for a series that really had some good characters to it, but the stories just weren't really all that spectacular. I think turning it into an action comedy really helped this franchise in a way. And Thor Ragnarok still is the best one in the series, but Thor Love and Thunder definitely is still a very solid movie. It's a fun summer movie. It's definitely very flawed in terms of its story and what it promises you, and but there are things about it that I did really like about it. Chris Hemsworth once again is great as Thor. Um, I like what they did with Natalie Portman's character Jane Foster, because in the movie they reveal that her character has stage 4 cancer, and so she goes to the new Asgard to see Mjolnir, and she gets the powers to become Lady Thor. And the stuff with her as Lady Thor is very well done. I really like what they did with her. I like the chemistry that she had with Tessa Thompson's Valkyrie. I really wanted to see... I kind of want to see them do somewhat of a spin-off with those two characters, but I don't know how you can really do that, but with the short amount of time that they had. But at the very least, get Portman and Thompson to do a movie together, because they had some really good chemistry for the few scenes that they had together. And the movie is fun. The movie is a fun movie. There are times when the comedy gets a little too ridiculous and a little too cliched for its own good. There are times where you could definitely start to see the Marvel Cinematic Universe tropes that everyone talks about. And yeah, it's definitely there. There are a lot of elements there where I thought that, yeah, I can see what everyone's talking about when everyone's saying that this is starting to get old, this is starting to get repetitive, it's time to start doing something else. But it didn't really hurt my experience overall. I thought Christian Bale did a very good job as the villain Gore. I thought he was really acting his ass off, and he did a pretty good job. Russell Crowe was pretty decent as Zeus, even though I didn't think he really did all that much there. But the scenes he were in were very effective, and they were very funny. The Guardians of the Galaxy, you see them all over the trailers. They literally show you literally everything that they are in this movie. They are hardly in the movie for 5 minutes. I thought as soon as they left, they were going to come back at some point, maybe to help out in the final climax or something like that, but they never returned. Like, they didn't show up in the post-credit sequences, they didn't show up in the climax, and it's just like, why would you show all those scenes in the trailer? You just... Even though I kind of get it, they're setting them up for the third Guardians movie, which comes out next summer. But, I mean, yeah, they were fun to watch, but I kind of wanted to see more of them in this movie. I mean, if you're going to have the advertising, have them in it, and even have, like, toys at McDonald's with the Guardians characters in them, just have them be in there more. Like, have them be a supporting character like you did with the Hulk in the previous movie. But, I mean, they were fine, but I wanted to see a lot more from them. A couple of my biggest problems I had with the movie overall is that while there were funny moments in there, they weren't like huge laugh-out-loud moments like they were in Ragnarok. Like, there are still scenes of Ragnarok that I can still watch that will have me laughing long and hard, but here, they're very few and far between. I mean, there are some funny moments, specifically between Thor's relationship with, of all things, his Swordbreaker, and Mjolnir, like this three-way kind of thing going on here between the two them. It's a weird thing that they do in this movie, and they actually did a good job of giving the Hammer and Swordbreaker their own personalities to them. But that was really funny. I like what they did there. The main plot itself isn't really all that exciting. Like, the big thing is that Thor has to go save the kids of New Asgard, and it's a weird thing. It seems like a kind of a lazy, villainous thing for this kid is for Gore to do, because, I mean, it really doesn't make a whole lot of sense to what his motivation is at the end. But like I said, Bale's very good in this, and the kids actually do have a pretty fun action sequence at the end of the movie where they actually do help Thor in the climax. But other than that, though, there are things I did like. I liked the emotional moments. I liked how Jane Foster had to make this difficult decision at the end of the movie, and I also liked the action sequences in this. I think these are very stylized, very creative action sequences they have in this movie. The one in the beginning with the Guardians, and they have some really cool shots in there, and when they go to the planet where Gore's at, it's all black and white, and it's very nicely done. Like, stuff like that I think really does work well to the film's advantage. What else do I want to say here? I mean, I thought the overall end, where it all ended up, with what Thor ends up having to do at the end of the movie, I mean, I thought it was a decent idea to go in that direction, but I really did not expect it to go that way. Out of all the things that I thought was going to happen, I did not expect that to really be the climax of the movie. And I'm thinking to myself, really, that's it? But okay, I can see where you're going with this. I think it's a very interesting idea. So I'll wait to see what happens there. And that kind of leads into my biggest problem with this movie, and that is really the whole thing about Phase 4 of the MCU. I'm starting to see that they're setting up all these different things in these movies, in the post-climax sequences, that I really don't think they have a good idea of what they're going for. Now, I'm not saying that they're not thinking about this. Maybe it's something that we don't know about, but when they set up Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Endgame and Thanos and all that, they did a masterful job of creating this build-up to this character and what he's going to do. They've set this character up through 3 different phases, and then when we finally get to it, it's a pretty amazing thing that happens, because we got 2 great movies out of it, Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Endgame. But then with these movies, I'm really starting to see that I don't think they really have an idea of where they're going to go next. But because like I said before, they introduced these characters in the post-credit sequences first before they show the last credit sequences, which ties more back into the movie. Like in actually I take that back, because Eternals introduced Star Fox in the first post-credit sequence, played by Harry Styles, and then I just remembered in the final post-credit sequence of that movie, Blade, Mahershala Ali's character, is introduced, and he's getting his own solo movie. So there's that. In Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, we had the introduction of Clea, who's played by Charlize Theron, and now in this movie, they introduced Hercules, the son of Zeus, and of course, obviously with Zeus in there, you got to have the son Hercules, and he's played by Ted Lasso's Brett Goldstein, and I think and honestly, it's crazy to think about this, but think about this. You've got Hercules, who's a character in the MCU. Disney's also working on a live-action version of the animated Hercules. What if they just make a movie that just blends them together? Just make it both a remake of the animated movie and then make it part of the MCU. Because really, the fact that we're going to have 2 different Hercules projects at Disney, it's really going to be very confusing when I see that, when that goes down, because that's going to happen eventually. But yeah, like I said, they're not really setting up anything exciting yet, and you really have to pay attention to all these different shows and movies. Most of them have been pretty good. Like, I like WandaVision, I like Falcon and the Winter Soldier, I like Hawkeye, I like Loki, I like Moon Knight. Miss Marvel's been pretty good, I've been starting to watch that. But the movies have been so far, not so much. Like, I think the best one has been Spider-Man No Way Home. Next up, Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness. Shang-Chi, which out of all those movies in the Phase 4, that's the only one that feels like its own movie for the most part. And then I would put this movie there, Thor Love and Thunder, and then Black Widow, which I didn't think was that bad, but it wasn't that great either. And then Eternals, which again, didn't think it was that great, but it wasn't bad either. The first half was better than the second half. So yeah, I really don't know where they're going with this, and I'm not sure. I'm afraid that something's going to happen where they're just going to find themselves in front of a brick wall at some point, and it's just like, oh crap, we don't have anything else to, we don't know how to set this up anymore. Because the more I thought about it with Black Panther Wakanda Forever, because I saw the poster in the theater today, and it was just the logo and the release date, the more I thought to myself, I'm wondering, because we haven't seen a trailer yet as of today, July 9th, and you would think with a new Marvel movie, Thor Love and Thunder, we'd see a teaser coming out, or something that would have been on during the NBA Finals or the Stanley Cup Finals, because Disney and ABC are the same company. But we never got that. We didn't even get the trailer beforehand, or they didn't even show it in theaters and be like, okay, we're going to post it on Monday on the internet before people start getting it out there with the camera videos. But no, I was not expecting to see a trailer for David O. Russell's new film Amsterdam, which it's got a good cast, but I have my concerns about it with all those great people in there, and there's not really an idea of what the plot is. But I mean, it could be decent, but there's that, and then Strange World, and then Avatar, the Avatar sequel, which we're getting the re-release of Avatar in a couple months too. I'm actually surprised we haven't seen a trailer for that yet, since it's coming out on September 23rd, I believe. So I don't know what's going on at Disney right now. I mean, I don't know I don't know if they're getting ready to push back Black Panther Wakanda Forever or something like that, but why would they have the poster there? Or I don't know how they're going to... I don't know if they're trying to figure out the best way to hide what they've been working on, since now Chadwick Boseman's no longer there anymore. How do you continue that story without T'Challa there? So that's going to be something that's going to be very interesting to see, and hopefully we'll still see it by November. But yeah, this movie made me really start to give me concerns about where the MCU goes from here. And Kevin Feige did say that it's going to make sense down the road. And hopefully when we get to San Diego Comic-Con, that will be the case. But, I don't know. I mean, we'll see what happens. So, overall, I did like Thor: Love and Thunder. I am starting to see the cliches and some of the things that people are saying that the MCU really has not been holding up as well in this Phase 4. I'm definitely starting to see that now. But we're still getting some decent to great movies out of it, though. So, I'm okay with it right now, but they really got to step up their A game with these next couple of movies, or else they're going to really start to lose people going forward. But like I said, I like Thor: Love and Thunder. I think it's a very good movie. I think if you like Thor: Ragnarok, you'll definitely like this one. It's a very good movie. It's no Dark World, which is already an A+ on its own, and I had a good time with it. I definitely want to go check it out again. Hopefully I will when it comes out on Blu-ray and Disney+. But, yeah, that's my thoughts on Thor: Love and Thunder. So, thank you guys for watching this video. Thank you for sticking around. If you want to see more videos like this, check out the two previous episodes on the next page. And I'll see you guys next time for another episode. So, thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next time. And until then, take care.